Oh, the rolling. The rolling. Yeah, but we got Quattro. The road is dry-ish.
Left foot hard on the brake.
Yep.
You gonna do it in manual or?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm
Yep.
good enough for it.
So just...
Oh, shit. Oh my God. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here we are in Raleigh, North Carolina with my boy Savage Panda Projects. And of course, it wouldn't be a great meet and greet with this fine gentleman until we meet his beautiful S6. Now, if you're not from, first of all, before we get started with this video, if you are not subscribed to JR14, please do that. Please give this video a thumbs up because it's going to be an epic one. And also make sure that you go to Savage Panda Projects' page. I will put his link and his page in the description down below. So pretty much with this platform, this is the daddy platform, right? This is like before you get to that S8 territory, but this is a nice sweet spot. And the reason why is for a few reasons. One, you're dipping into that luxury. The S4, great platform, fantastic, but it does have its limitations when it comes down to luxury. It's a beautiful car, not knocking it in any way, but when it comes down to the S6, quilted leather seats, pop-up screen, the carbon fiber everywhere, it's all comfortable, you're on air suspension, like there's a lot that an S6 brings to you as far as its characteristics of what you get out of the box. But that's the beauty of this car, because it's not even out of the box. It's nice, but he's done some stuff that are very, very tasteful to this platform, and we're gonna have him talk in a minute and just go through what he's done with the car and his experience with the car. Now, I've seen S6s. What I really like about this, and it's the same thing with the S4, it's really a vehicle that is really under the radar. You really don't know what type of weapon you brought until you see it in battle, right? You know, it's just like, oh, what are you gonna do with that little gun? And it explodes a whole building down. This is what this does. He actually informed me that it's actually DSG, so launch control, all that vibe and jazz, it's available on this platform. And on top of that, you have air suspension, so you can go really, really high, mid-range comfort, or if you need to get fast and dirty on the freaking Autobahn, you hunker that sucker low. And there's actually cool ways of doing a VCDS where you can actually lower the car and slam it to the ground. But with this platform, another real big reason is this guy right here. This V, it's not, first of all, it's not the V6T that you would see in the S5 or S4. That's not a turbo motor. This is a 4-liter twin turbo V8. So like I said, with the 4-liter platform, now the Audi and the Audi Volkswagen group, they really have put this motor to the test. It's in a lot of different cars. It's in the S7. It's the same, pretty much the same thing as this, but in a different body. It is also in the RS7. It's also, I believe, another variation of it is in the Panamera. A variation of it is in the Urus. Like, there's a lot of different platforms that this car, the Q8, well, not the Q8, but the SQ8, like all these different platforms now, as far as the top level tier motor, is that 4-liter twin turbo V8. And there's some really cool things particularly about this one, that I'm gonna have Savage talk to you guys about now. So without further ado, let's get him in the camera and let's see what he's got to say about it.
What's going on, guys? Here today, Jay, appreciate you having me on the channel. Honored to be here, man. So we're gonna take the time to do a quick rundown as far as our Project Audi S6. So as you guys can see behind me, we've got a 2013 C7 Audi S6. As far as performance modifications on the car, we'll go ahead and do a quick rundown as far as our mod list. So as far as performance wise, we've got our HPA Motorsport RS7 hybrid turbos. We've also got a JH Motorsports front mount heat exchanger. We also have APR Stage 3 software for both the ECU and TCU. And to go ahead and wrap it up, we've got our basic washable drop-in filter. So pretty much a basic turnkey package, very simple bolt-ons, pretty much give you everything that you need for what this car can do. So I'm pretty happy with the power. In terms of like estimated crank figures on pump gas, looking at around 634 horsepower, around 674 foot-pounds of torque. So as you guys would expect, looks kind of sleepy on the outside, not a whole lot going on, but at the end of the day, we're kind of going for more of a lower profile sleeper build. So I would say definitely more than enough power to get you in trouble while kind of also flying below the radar.
I'm going to take it for a ride because I'm actually very, very curious on how this thing is, because this is probably going to push me over the edge to get something like this, and it's going to be it's going to be a very bad financial decision for me to do that. So I'm excited about it, and Savage is going to pretty much give me a rundown. So talking a little bit more about that HPA package real quick. So what does that consist of? For instance, like I know on my car, a big thing is upgraded fuel pumps and stuff like that. Is that something that is required on this when you're upgrading turbos?
Yeah, so great question, man. So I think really what the beauty is for the 4-liter platform is how much power you can get out of one of these cars without getting too invasive as far as fueling. So as far as like stock OEM size RS7 turbos are a direct bolt-on without any fueling upgrades.
Wow.
So you really don't have to go too far into it. Again, off-the-shelf Stage 3 software, matching transmission tune. The biggest thing on the 4-liter, you really got to make sure you address the oil screen. This one does have the quicker racing oil feed line relocation kit, so that's going to basically put that problem behind you, so you're not going to have to worry about clogged oil screens, starvation, catastrophic failure, so on and so forth. So as far as what you can do with the car, I mean, you just got to really focus on your basic meat and potatoes bolt-ons, and that's all it really takes to kind of complete the whole package.
Another question is, as far as like, why? Well, I want to ask it when we're driving, but I'm just so eager to ask this now. Like, there's so many different, especially you're coming from an A3.
Yep, an A3.
And you're coming from an A3, and you just jumped into the deep end. Like, I can swim now. And just went into this. And I'm curious as to why S6? Why specifically this car? Like, what did it for you?
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, for me, like, working in the industry of, delivering aftermarket performance upgrades, in that line of business, just seeing a lot of other enthusiasts kind of venture down the 4-liter pathway, so to speak, whether it be an S6, S7, A8, S8, RS7, you name it, and just kind of really looking at like the capabilities for these cars and like how well they stand up to the level of abuse that enthusiasts will throw at them. I mean, I see it all the time. I've done a lot of 4-liter packages for customers' builds, and they always really impress me and always have a lot of positive feedback. I've really seen what these cars can take. So for me, looking to kind of stay in the Volkswagen Audi family, the 2-liter car was great, but I really want to kind of enjoy the presence of a V8. Obviously, we can kind of recognize that cars like this are of a dying breed. We have to look at like the direction of how things are going, and a lot of people are downsizing. There is no such thing as a V8, S6, S7 anymore. With the introduction of the C8 platform, we're looking at V6 twin turbos. So it's kind of at this point in time, it was a decision of, this is sort of the last call for the V8. We might as well get one before, these dinosaurs go extinct.
Okay.
That's kind of the logic behind it.
I mean, what you just said, like, it's actually true. Like, this thing, like I said, hidden gem. A lot of people don't really go to an S6, but like, good looking car, great car, comfortable car. They're pretty reliable. I mean, also like the 4 liters, they're not bad. And I see a lot of, and then another one that I even mentioned was the A8s. Because they used to have the 4.2s, and then in that mid body trim, they actually switched over to the 4.0 Ts. But with that, Savage is actually right. Like, these cars are a dying breed. It's very unfortunate. BMW just started killing it. It used to be V10s. Now they're twin turbo V8s. Now Mercedes for 2023 is not producing V8s at all in North America. Like, it's happening, and it's happening fast. So this is why I kind of wanted to meet up with him today, because I am actually interested in an S7, and this is the closest thing I can get to one right now that I would probably do the same modifications with. And I'm very curious, and I'm very scared because I know myself, and I'm very impulsive, and this is probably going to win me over with this experience right here. All right, guys, before we continue with today's video, I want to give a special thanks to our sponsor, Kove Audio. Now, if you guys are like me, I love listening to music no matter what I'm doing. It could be wrenching on the car or having friends over listening to music, having a good time. That's why I want to introduce to you guys the Commuter 2 from Kove Audio. Now, what's great about this speaker is that you get 360-degree surround sound. Another great thing about this speaker is that it has Bluetooth 5.0. What does that mean? It means you can connect to all the new devices that you currently already own. Your phones, your tablet, even your computer. If you want to stream music from it, you can stream music directly to this thing. Now, the awesome, great thing about this is waterproof resistant. It's resistant. That is, you can put it by the pool, can get a little water on it, but you can't put it in the pool. So the best part about this speaker, like the absolute best part of the speaker, you can have one big booming sound from one full speaker, or if you wanted to fill out the room, you can split it into two, and you can lay these and mount these on each side of the room to have that great, fantastic 360 sound. Now, I think this is great. I think all you guys should own it. So this is why I'm doing this for you. If you go to the link in the description down below, I'm giving you 67% off of this speaker today. That's right, 67%. You can use the discount code JR14_67 to get your Commuter 2 today. Now let's get back with the video. All right, guys, so now we're in this 2013 S6, and I can already tell you this is much nicer than a GTI in so many ways. One, I feel like man, like I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. And you know what? It's crazy because like I'm a sucker for really clean gauges. That's weird thing about me. I love the whole digital cockpit, but even with something like this, right? This has a nice center digital display, but it's got those nice tacks. And there's a secret about, well, it's not a big secret. When you turn off the headlights at night, which you shouldn't do, that doesn't make any sense, the actual dials will stay white. So it looks really, really clean at night. But just this interior, right? Like, I'm already feeling the vibe. I'm already feeling nice. Look, we're in Raleigh right now. The roads remind me of New York, so I know it now. I know what to expect. It's comfortable. Yeah. So with the S6, right, like I said, it does come with air suspension. Now there's different cool ways of modifying the suspension to get it lower, but I mean, me personally, if it was me, I would probably leave it alone, just because of the fact that, you know, it's nice. Don't mess with it. I mean, if you wanted to do some coding stuff, cool, I get it. But if you want to I want to do air suspension and change the whole system out, and then I want the stock compressor to work with the aftermarket stuff. I've heard of that before. It's a hard time. It can be done, but I've heard some horror stuff about it. But I mean, with the S6, man, like I said, like I've been saying already, it's very comfortable, and that's not just me driving a Mark 7 for the past week around town. But it's quiet. It's silent. It's smooth. The only thing I'm hearing is tire noise, and it's just really extremely pleasant. And you can't find that in a lot of, I mean, you can find it in a lot of cars, but you know, like this type of level of quality is just, it's just appealing to me. And with Savage, I like you know, when I watch this channel, and I watch the channel all the time, when he said, hey, you know, it's time to get rid of the A3s, he's like, I got a new car, I'm like, oh man, I'm hype. I'm like, what? How? Yeah. Like how does that happen? Like, what am I doing wrong that I need to be in one of these? And I'm not going to disclose the price that he paid for the car, but he told me the price of the car, and I'm like, oh my God, well, I could totally do that. And you know, like, he had a killer deal on it, and you know, and that after he said that, I understand it. Like, okay, cool, I get it. And you know, kudos to you, bro, because
thanks, man.
Like, this is completely sick. I wish you nothing but luck with it. This is a really nice platform, and even with your modifications, you went straight for the meat and potatoes. You went straight for the deep end. I don't need to learn how to swim. Just put me in the deep end. Like, I love that. I absolutely love that. Like, it's you know, sick.
Yeah, I have to say, you know, you got to ride a few ponies before you run with the bulls.
Yes, there you go. I like that. I like that.
No, man, it's been a great platform. You know, obviously we've done a lot of content so far, and it's treated me well. I've always found, you know, like I said, the 4-liter's been pretty bulletproof. You know, you see a lot of these cars, people really take them even well above and beyond what I've done so far with this guy, you know, at kind of that off-the-shelf stage 3 level. And it's really proven to be very reliable. You know, you can get a lot of power with really minimal bolt-ons, man. Like I say, you don't have to get so deep into you know, complicated invasive mods. Yeah, I mean, even if someone, like, let's say if you know, you got a really decent job, or you wanted to get something a little nicer. The thing about the S6 is they're always really taken care of. I mean, it's very rare that you'll find someone that has not taken care of this car the way that they should. And the reason for that is because of the age group of people that own this vehicle. You know, not a lot of people are modifying an S6, and I'm sure that's, you know, for content purposes, that's really good for you. But on top of that, it's just it's a really good experience to, you know, even you said you got the car, you know, like 69,000 miles. It's 72,000 miles now, and there's not a single rattle. There's no creaking. The windshield wipers are silent. Like everything about this thing is just like
amazing in every single way. And, you know, like everything is smooth about it. And that's what this car was for. It was for comfort. It was for that nice high quality Autobahn type of experience. Now, unfortunately, we don't have Autobahns in the United States. Governors, states, federal laws, you guys need to get up on that. At least make it a restriction for certain times. Like, I would say from 12. Okay, I'm rambling, but like, come on. Like, that would be kind of cool to do 100 legally, you know, in a safe manner. Like, in a safe manner.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, like, you know, and what Savage told me, he was telling me like, okay, well, you know, this is actually DSG, which even makes me more giddy because I love DSG. You know, and I ragged on it when I first got the Mark 7. Oh, it's all about the manuals, be a man about it. Listen, I'm 32 years old. It is nice. Let me tell you, it is nice to be in something that shifts quicker than you can with a manual, but also something that is comfortable. Like right now, it's I like the fact that it's probably a 7-speed, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's the DL501.
Gotcha.
7-speed DSG.
Okay.
Yep.
And with that, you know, I see like it's not hunting for the top gears all the time, and I'm sure that's because of the setting that you're in.
Well, and we've also got the APR transmission tune.
Ah, okay.
So that's definitely key, because otherwise, you know, they can get a little bit lost.
Yeah.
You know, but obviously you got to get that appropriate clutch clamping pressure, make sure that you're going to be able to hold that torque.
You know, this is something like if older people want to start modifying their cars, or if you're getting out of that, and I'm not ragging on Hondas, or even people with GTIs, but you know, it's kind of like, okay, you're getting a little older. Yep. Like my Mark 7, the reason why I did it the way I did it is because I'm competing with that car. You know, I'm going to be competing on track with that car. I want to take it seriously, and I want to have a platform where I don't have to worry about it later. I have it, but I still am going to want something comfortable when I want to go down south. And Siri, you really need to stop. But I want something comfortable. I want something that's reliable. I want something German, because I'm telling you right now, like, I had a 99 Civic, I moved to an 07 Accord, beautiful car, much more comfortable, but it still does not beat the comfort and the quality of the interior and engineering of a German car or Euro car. You can't beat it. You just simply can't beat it. And you know, now these things are coming down in price. I mean, obviously the COVID used car market is insane right now, but with the S6, like, this is a really, really good benchmark to really get some serious power down to the ground. And you're not spinning out of control. You're not spinning the tires out of control. Like, this is quattro all-wheel drive. You can be a hoonigan, drive like an idiot, and then put it back in drive and go home, pick up the kids, you know, get groceries, go home. Honey, I'm home. Like, oh, it's not a hard day at work. In my opinion, I really think it's cool like that. But I'm talking a lot, and one of the things I really want to get into, we're dealing with a little bit of traffic right now, so what I want to do is, like, I'm trying to get as far out as possible, stay on the main road, because what I want to do is I really want to get to this power. Oh yeah. And I really want to experience that, because my car is around close to 400 wheel, and that car is like all in your face. Tires, front tires spinning, car loud, pop pop bang bang, all the jazz with everything else. But I think we're gonna do it from here.
Oh, make sure we put it over in
sport. Okay, let's see.
Oh, you're in manual. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So now we're in sport. So now we're in dynamic suspension mode. So now,
you're in manual.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. I was like, first game, I'm like, all right. And then I punched it, and second, I'm like, all right. All right.
And it's got some kick to it.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, that's like you put it like, oh, I can take a little bit more pepper, a little bit more, and then it just explodes you. Like, oh my God, I need water. Like, this is, like, so that was like a second gear pull. So, you know, downshift. Oh, yeah, that's definitely DSG. That is definitely.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, wow. All right. You can get in trouble with this thing.
Good thing we got 6-piston brake calipers.
Yes. And they're not carbon ceramics, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So you're not going to kill yourself. You're not going to kill yourself with prices of carbon ceramics.
No, you will not be taking out home equity loans to support replacement pads and rotors.
Yeah, I mean, this car will stop. I mean, it will stop. There's no problem. Just don't get don't become an idiot with it.
No.
You have to respect the type of power, meaning give yourself a lot of space. Keep a mindset. Just don't think like, oh, I got a German car, it's like big brakes, okay, like, ah, and then you just cook the brakes, and then you're having a really bad day. But no, this is wow. Geez. 634 crank horsepower. And just rolling into it, and see, and then the traffic, and you keep mindful. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, she'll get up and go, man. Like I said, I was joking around, man. Yes, I know. And I have a set. I've got a mid pipe. I've got a resonator. I've got like tons of exhaust, man. So it's coming. It's on the horizon, man.
Oh, man. So check out to his channel, Savage Panda Products. Check out for those install videos. Because those are coming soon. Yeah. Cool. All right. So, we're gonna do launch control in this thing. We're at okay, the police is just right over there. All right.
We're not exactly pointed straight enough.
Yeah, but we got Quattro. The road is dry-ish, and we should be okay. So what is the steps of putting in launch control, sir?
Left foot hard on the brake.
Okay.
Oh, I got a Camaro.
Yep.
You gonna do it in manual or?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm good enough for it.
So just hard on.
So no ESP off or nothing like that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh shit! Oh my god! Okay. Oh my god! Wow! Oh! Oh! Wow!
Oh man, S6 was like, this isn't even my final form.
Oh jeez!
A dude in the Type R next to us was probably like not.
He's like, nah. He's like,
I'm good. And
the funny thing is that Type R, we have the new I think it's called FK8 Type R, and that car is a little bit more expensive than what this was, and that's the wild thing, right?
That would hurt some feelings right there.
Like it would. Like I'm just like, man, this is. Jeez, that's frightening. Like
it's violent. It's violent. You feel it like in your gut.
Yeah, like it's been a while since I've been thrown.
Yeah.
Back into a seat. Like I'm liking that. Like this is really, really cool. I like this. I'm really appreciating this. Like I'm loving it. I'm feeling the vibe with it. Like I'm really enjoying this a lot. And let me tell you, I've driven a stock S7 before. Nah, nothing like this. Nothing like this. I mean, don't get me wrong, a stock S6, a stock S7 is still really nice, and you are getting the power for sure. You got twin turbos, but when you step into turbo upgrades that gives you over 200 horsepower, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
I still got the butterflies in that launch, man.
Wow.
So fun fact. That is the first launch this car has ever had.
You let me do it? Oh, I feel special.
Yeah, no, you got the honors, man. You got that was the first launch on this car.
Oh man.
Yeah, when I got it, I looked at the launch counter. It had never been launched before.
Ah, yes. Good old launch counter.
Good old launch counter. So, congratulations to our friend Mr. JR14. He has experienced the first launch on this aggressive S6.
And aggressive it is, let me tell you. 110 miles an hour in this car all day would be like being in church. But instead of pews, you sit in nice really leather seats. But I mean, and this thing, now granted, this is a 2013 car, so this does not have a lot of things that newer cars have. For instance, Apple CarPlay, but there is a module that you can add with these that enable Apple CarPlay on these, and you do not lose the factory head unit. Yes, I've done the factory head units with the Accords and stuff like that, and the Civics, I get that, but there's no option for them. When you have a pop-up screen, yes, this stuff from 2013 can get a little dated, and that's fine. The fact that I can just simply take a few trim pieces out, plug a couple of modules in, and it works with the existing screen with the turn wheel and all that. Now this interior is absolutely epic. Of course, you got dual zone climate control. Of course, you could tilt the screen up and down. It comes out of the the dashboard. You got the carbon fiber trim options, and you can get this you can get this interior in a number of different colors. I believe you can get that. You get it in black. Can you get it in Alcantara?
I think so, yeah.
And I know you can get it in red.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's another YouTuber.
Oh, yeah.
Who has it in red.
Yeah, ignition tube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and it was ironic because you guys got the cars
right around similar
or released
frame.
it on YouTube around similar times. Man.
It's downshifts.
Yes! Wow! Jeez! Oh, this is about it. Oh, this is about it, man. Oh.
It's funny being like thrown back into the seat of my own car.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, dang, like 100%. I realize how quick my car is. Like it's different when you're not the one driving.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Like this thing
is rips, man.
It just rips.
And people, it's so funny, when I got this car, there was a lot of people like, oh man, you get an S6, it's a V8 twin turbo, but man, it's it's just a heavy car. It's a heavy car. I'm like, yeah, it's a heavy car.
It's supposed to be.
But it makes a lot of power.
Right. It makes a lot of power, and it does it.
It's double the displacement of my last car.
Exactly. A lot of people don't understand that. It's kind of like, okay, well, like, oh my God, like for instance, let's just use Hellcats for example, right? Granted, people drive them like they're 3,000-pound cars, and they're not. If I bought a Hellcat, I know the car is a 4,400-pound car. Yep. You have to understand that that's what it is. But you have the power to counteract that. So with that being said, like this, I'm not mad it's 4,000 or 5,000 pounds because it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a big luxury sedan. Listen, if you're gonna get mad at this for being heavy in a sedan, we might as well get mad at the S63. We might as well get mad at the 760. Mm-hmm. We might as well get mad at the the E55s and all that stuff, because these are not light cars. But what they're capable of doing is, like, this hides the weight. And I looked at the weight on this thing. Like, it's very, very impressive, especially with the turbo upgrade. And I drove a stock S7 before and an RS7. And RS7 I can't afford, but I really, really would want to do. Oh, wow. Oh, the roll-in. The roll-in. Oh, baby. Oh, yep. This might have to be in the arsenal. This might have to just, like, I want to go out nice. Yeah. I want to enjoy myself, but I don't want to keep a stock car. This is exactly what I would do. Savage. Yeah. This is really sick. It's still under the radar. Yeah. Twin turbo upgrades, RS7 twin turbo upgrades from HPA, and it is still under the radar. You would never know it has upgraded twin turbo package. Nope. There's nothing to show it that it does have it. It's wow. Like, I'm giddy because of the fact that, like, yeah, the S4, you hear the supercharger whine. This doesn't even have intake. It has drop-in filters, right?
It's got a drop-in air filter, yeah. Okay, so even like with that, it's just drop-in air filters. Yep. That's it. You don't need to get a carbon fiber $1,000 box. No, dude, it's just like, it looks sick, but great. It's just, at the end of the day, it's gonna be minimal, very minimal gains over what you're gonna get. Now, the only thing I would like to do to kind of like maximize everything that we've got here would be the Audi RS7, the turbo inlet pipes. Okay. Right, to get bigger flow. They are a little bit bigger than the stock inlets for like an S6, S7. Okay, so gotcha. Either what people would do is either do like the Silly Rabbit, like the long tube intakes, or go with like just OEM sized, the RS7 inlets. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. But guys, listen, we're about to pull back up to the scene now, like back up to the meeting spot now. This was a really good treat. Thank you for letting me drive it. Hey man, it's a pleasure. It's a lot of trust. Drive. It's not a cheap car, so I'm just glad that you're able to let me trust me with it for sure, because this definitely was a treat. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to conclude this video of this beautiful Savage Panda Projects 2013 S6 twin turbo V8. This thing's absolutely mental. I loved it. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Also, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to JR14 as well as Savage Panda Projects. His channel is in the description below. And you guys always remember, when you have great daddy vehicles that are stupid fast and they don't even look like it, the ultimate sleeper, you guys always remember that cars are a lifestyle.